Hello, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Toy Toons brought to you by J&J Toy Giants. I'm your host, JD. And this segment of J&J Toy Giants is going to bring to you all types of toys that became cartoons and vice versa. Now, if you haven't seen the original, the first ever episode of Toy Toons, be sure to look on our YouTube channel and you're going to see that G.I. Joe was the official first episode. And today, my friends, is a special treat. This edition of Toy Toons is going to be going over Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? Whoa, time out. I'm sorry, people. That's not Power Rangers. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so to speak. I know I'm not that old. I'm 38 years old, but I know the younger generation and the people from my era knows what Mighty Morphin Power Rangers looks like, right? It actually looks something like this.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth!
Alpha, Leaders Escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Yes, now that's more like it. That's the Power Rangers that we all know and love today. You know, like Zack the Black Ranger, which this is actually one of the new Funko Pops that I picked up here at Heroes Hideout at their warehouse sale today, which is also going to be part of a new segment for Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Be sure to actually check that out soon. But I mean, we all know this is the actual Power Rangers we're talking about. I mean, Zack the Black Ranger, Tommy the Green Ranger, and of course you can't forget the leader, Jason the Red Ranger. That's who we know and love and recognize, right? Well, actually, they're both right. Let me explain. You see, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers actually debuted in the year 1993. And it was comprised of...
Javier!
Whoa,
Javier!
Who's that?
Javier! This is Zordon of Eltar. I need you to do me a favor and make sure that people know the real true story of the Power Rangers.
Whoa, man! Zordon of Eltar? Man, what are you doing here?
I think I made it perfectly clear when I just introduced myself.
Oh, man, what an honor. I'll definitely be able to not disappoint. So, back to what I was saying before. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is actually an idea from Haim Saban, and it debuted in the year 1993 on Fox. Now, actually, Haim Saban has been in the cartoon industry for quite a while. He actually started earlier in the late 80s composing music for cartoons, such as these.
And the masters of the universe. I am Adam, Prince of Eternia and defender of the secrets of Castle Grayskull.
I am Adora, He-Man's twin sister and defender of the Crystal Castle.
Masked crusaders working overtime, fighting crime, secret raiders who will neutralize soon as they arrive.
They were called Dinosaurs. My friends and I became the Secret Scouts, allies.
Man, those are the just playing on my heartstrings right now, man. Those cartoons were awesome, especially He-Man. I'm a big mark out for He-Man. But yeah, so Haim Saban actually was the co-creator of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, going back to the original clip that I showed you of J&J, which was actually part of the Super Sentai series that debuted back in 1975 in Japan. So the footage that you see on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers actually was stock footage that was used from Super Sentai. But it wasn't until Haim Saban figured that, hey, why don't we just take this stock footage that already has all of the kick-ass fight scenes, right? And all of the Zords and the monsters, and just actually have the American audience have brand new characters that we could be able to develop in the storyline and just mesh them together. And that's ended up with happening with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Now, going back to the cartoon aspect on it, as the particular figures that I hold in my hand now came out in 1994, which were actually, these were part of an unboxing that I did on an earlier video. These are Mighty Morphin Power Rangers morphing flip head figures. So basically you change their head and then you hit their morpher and it flips into their helmet, just like if they were morphing. Now, I'm not going to actually do it with this one because Tommy actually has a shield and it doesn't allow me to do that. But you get the picture. So, this actually was a commercial that came out that totally blew my mind back when I was a kid. Check it out.
Transforming action Power Rangers. This is Zordon. It's transforming time. Evil space aliens are approaching your location. Combine your weapons. It's your only hope.
And that was actually one of the actual figures that they came out for, like a plethora. That, like, the merchandising for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was insane. I mean, you thought the Batman from 1966 was insane, and also back in the 89 of the Batman movie in 1989 was like the merchandise was crazy. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers blew them out of the water. Like, you could never go to a toy store, like a Toys R Us. Christmas that year in 1994 and 1993 rather was insane. I mean, you could never find any toys in stock. Now, you can also go in depth if you have Netflix on the Toys That Made Us. They actually did an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the whole story about the toys that were created, and you can actually look into that. So that's what we're also going to be getting into pretty much in this episode as well. Now, with Mighty
Javier, we need your help. You and JD must defeat the evil Rita Repulsa. She has been freed from her canister again. You must morph into Power Rangers and let the power protect you.
It's morphin' time! Triceratops!
No problem, Zordon. I won't let you down. Jaden, it's time. It's morphin' time!
Dragon, whoa, head, hey, whoa, wait, hey!
Zordon, dude, what's going on? I think you gave me a wrong morpher, man. I turned into a girl. I was supposed to turn into Tommy. What's going on?
Sorry, but all the other Rangers were taken. The Yellow Ranger was the only one left. I mean, it's actually 2020. Does it really matter?
Dad, who cares about it? It's not real.
Okay, it's morphin' time?
Hold it right there, lizard breath. The Power Rangers. Finally, a suitable challenge. Parties! It's party time! Attack! Let's see.
All right, so now that we got the comic relief out of the way, I'm sure you enjoyed that. But the actual storyline is not that much different from the Super Sentai. So all in all, they had 5 Rangers initially starting off, which was Jason, the Red Ranger. Then also they had Billy, the Blue Ranger, Trini, the Yellow Ranger, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, and also Zach, the Black Ranger. And then later on in the actual first season, they introduced Tommy as the 6th and final Ranger. And then he actually ended up being the White Ranger later on after he lost his powers. Now for the Rita Repulsa side, they had Rita Repulsa, and they also had her right-hand man in command, which was Goldar, which was half, kind of like a half monkey, half bird, as you could say. They really never cleared up what his species was. But then they also had the kind of comic relief as Squat and Babu. And she also had Finster, who always created all of her monsters and all of her putties, which was like her minions. Now, the comic relief side of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was Alpha 5 and Bulk and Skull. And that was pretty much the whole entire cast of the actual cartoon. It was a live action. I'd call it a cartoon. It was always on afternoon at 3 o'clock after you got out of school. They also put it on Saturday mornings as well. I consider it a cartoon. I don't think that's going to be much of a debate. But you can tell where I'm going with this, right? Now, because of the actual success that they automatically had, because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was a hit on Fox, they decided to continue on with the seasons. Now, I believe with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it had 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, which they also had some episodes in between, right before Zeo, of the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, which was also still stock footage from Super Sentai. Then spawned off other spin-offs, not necessarily spin-offs, but a continuation of the saga of Power Rangers. I mean, they had Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, they also had Power Rangers Zeo, they had Power Rangers Lost in Space, Power Rangers Turbo, they had Wild Force, Ninja Storm, also Dino Thunder.
Hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time
And
cards.
finally, they currently have the current incarnation of the Power Rangers on Nickelodeon right now, Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Now, this franchise, Super Sentai and Power Rangers, has spawned almost 5 decades, 45 years. And, you know, pretty soon they're going to be celebrating their 50th anniversary, and it's become an icon of pop culture. I mean, I think you can, regardless of what type of incarnation of the Power Rangers, that any young one or anyone, you know, from back in the 90s or even the 70s who knew of the Japanese incarnation of Power Rangers or Super Sentai can tell you, you know, what a Power Ranger is, you know? And, you know, it's going to be still currently right now in Japan, they're still doing Super Sentai as we speak. So it's like it's never going to end, and that's awesome. I can't tell you how many enjoyable times that I've had every afternoon and Saturday morning watching this, collecting all of the toys. They've been a very, very big inspiration in my life. And also, you know, they had movies. They had 2 actual theatrical movies. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was in between seasons 2 and 3, where they incorporated the ninja portion of their storyline. And they even actually transferred, even through Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, from Zach, Jason, and Trini, and they passed it over to new Rangers to take over the mantle of the Red Ranger, Black Ranger, and Yellow Ranger, to Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. So they always kept trying to change the cast just to keep it fresh, because they didn't want it to get stale. And after a while, it did kind of slim down a little bit, you know, went down in ratings, but, you know, it was always something that people were always watching, especially kids, because after Haim Saban actually gave the rights and sold the rights to the Power Rangers to Nickelodeon, it has now been sold to Hasbro. Hasbro currently has the rights to the Power Rangers franchise, so they still actually air it on Nickelodeon, but Hasbro owns the rights to it. And they've had an actual live action movie again back in 2017, which was met with some type of hesitation. Some people liked it, some people didn't. And as we speak, they're currently working on a reboot again. So they're actually rebooting the new one. So Power Rangers is always going to be part of pop culture, regardless of what era you're from. And I certainly enjoy it, and thank you very much for sharing this opportunity for me to share these stories with you from Toy Toons. So thank you so very much for being with us again. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. We are currently at 59 subscribers, so once we hit 65, we are going to be doing another giveaway. So be sure to like and subscribe, tell your friends, tweet, Instagram, whatever, get it out there. Thank you so very much, and keep on cruising, brother.